Welcome back to the coin world. Old coin review and value, the ultimate destination for rare coin discoveries, numismatic treasures, and the hidden value in your pocket change world. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating history of the Liberty One dime, 1975. This coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but its history, design, production, and the secrets it holds make it one of the most interesting pieces from the mid-1970s. By the end of this video, you'll understand why collectors pay close attention to even the smallest details of this dime. The 1975 Liberty One dime belongs to the Roosevelt dime series, which replaced the Mercury dime in 1946. The Roosevelt dime was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his passing. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a lasting legacy, and the dime became a symbol of his role in the March of Dimes campaign against polio. By 1975, the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for almost 3 decades. However, this particular year is significant for several reasons. The U.S. Mint was preparing for the country's bicentennial celebration in 1976, and this had a direct impact on coin production in 1975. While quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins received special bicentennial designs, the dime maintained its traditional Roosevelt design. The obverse of the 1975 dime features the familiar portrait of President Roosevelt facing left. This design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Sinek's initials, J.S., appear at the base of Roosevelt's neck, a subtle detail that collectors often check for authenticity. The reverse of the coin showcases a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left representing peace and an oak branch on the right representing strength and independence. This combination creates a powerful message that aligns perfectly with American ideals. One of the fascinating aspects of the 1975 dime is its composition. Like other dimes produced after 1965, it is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition with a pure copper core. The outer layers are 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition was introduced to replace the 90% silver content that existed in earlier dimes, making them more affordable to produce and harder to melt. For bullion value of President Nixon and the nation's approach to its 200th anniversary, each dime minted in 1975 carries with it a small piece of that era's story. For millions of Americans, the 1975 dime was just pocket change used for parking meters, payphones, and morning coffee. Yet for collectors today, each surviving specimen is a link to a distinct moment in the nation's numismatic timeline. The legacy of the 1975 dime also continues through its influence on collectors. Many modern numismatists cite the discovery of the Noah's proof dime as the event that sparked their passion for coin collecting. It taught collectors to examine coins closely and value the smallest details. Another interesting element, the 1970s were a transformative time for U.S. coinage. The Mint adopted new technologies, improved production methods, and expanded its facilities. The 1975 dime reflects this era of transition while maintaining the classic Roosevelt design that continues to this day. Culturally, this coin circulated during a time of major events in American history: the end of the Vietnam War, the resignation of President Nixon, and the nation's approach to its 200th anniversary. Each dime minted in 1975 carries with it a small piece of that era's story. For millions of Americans, the 1975 dime was just pocket change used for parking meters, payphones, and morning coffee. Yet for collectors today, each surviving specimen is a link to a distinct moment in the nation's numismatic timeline. The legacy of the 1975 dime also continues through its influence on collectors. Many modern numismatists cite the discovery of the Noah's proof dime as the event that sparked their passion for coin collecting. It taught collectors to examine coins closely and value the smallest details. Another interesting element is how the 1975 dime fits into larger coin sets. Many collectors build complete Roosevelt dime collections by date and mint mark. Finding a high-grade 1975 example is an important step toward completing such sets. The proof version struck in San Francisco display exceptional craftsmanship. These coins were made with polished dies and specially prepared plankets, resulting in sharp details and mirror-like fields. They were sold in proof sets intended for collectors, never for general circulation. Among the proof coins, the Noes variety remains the holy grail. In major auctions, these rare coins have sold for staggering amounts, reaching into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on condition. This level of value for a modern dime is astonishing and demonstrates how a small oversight can transform an ordinary coin into a priceless artifact. For casual collectors, the 1975 dime serves as a reminder to always check pocket change carefully. Even the most common coins can hide unexpected treasures. For advanced numismatists, it represents a unique chapter in U.S. mint history, showcasing the delicate balance between precision and human error. Each 1975 dime, whether circulated, uncirculated, or proof, tells a story that blends artistry, history, technology, and chance. It's more than just 10 cents. It's a tiny monument to a moment in time. Collectors often say that coins are storytellers, and the 1975 dime is a perfect example. It speaks of a nation in transition, a mint adapting to change, and a rare mistake that created a legend. As you look at a 1975 dime today, remember that behind its modest size lies a fascinating tale that has captivated collectors for decades. The Liberty One dime, 1975, stands as a timeless piece of numismatic history, inviting every coin enthusiast to look closer, learn more, and appreciate the hidden stories within everyday change. 1946 Liberty 5-cent coin. This might just be the discovery that turns the tables for you. Many people have this coin tucked away in old drawers or inherited collections without knowing that some rare varieties can surprise even experienced collectors. Stick around until the end of the video to learn how much it can be worth and how you can sell it. The 1946 Liberty 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel, represents an important period in American numismatic history, minted right after World War II. This coin marked the return to the traditional copper-nickel composition after the wartime silver alloy used between 1942 and 1945. During those war years, nickel was a critical material for military production, so the mint replaced it with a mix of copper, silver, and manganese. By 1946, the U.S. Mint shifted back to the original 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy, making this year's issue the first peacetime Jefferson nickel after the war. The obverse features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag, a German-born sculptor whose work won the National Design Competition for the nickel in 1938. On the reverse side, you'll see Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home with the inscriptions "Et pluribus unum United States of America" and 5 cents. Although the design looks similar to previous year's 1946 edition, has unique historical significance because it symbolizes the return to normalcy in American coinage following a turbulent global conflict. 3. Mints produced the 1946 Liberty 5-cent coin. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark. Denver coins have a small D, and San Francisco coins display an S, unlike the wartime nickels where the mint mark was placed above Monticello on the reverse. In 1946, the mint mark returned to its pre-war position on the reverse to the right of Monticello. These details are important for collectors as certain mint varieties are scarcer than others. The Philadelphia mint produced the highest number, over 161 million coins, making it the most common. Denver followed with more than 45 million, while San Francisco struck around 13.5 million pieces, making the S mint nickels the scarcest of the three. However, scarcity alone doesn't determine value. The true worth lies in condition, special varieties, and striking quality. Well-preserved 1946 nickels in uncirculated or mint state grades can command strong prices. Collectors especially value coins with full steps on Monticello, a term used to describe a sharp and complete strike on the reverse building steps. These full-step nickels are much harder to find because the dies used at the time often wore quickly, leading to weak strikes. A 1946 nickel with full steps can sell for far more than a typical circulated example. Another exciting aspect of the 1946 nickel is the presence of error coins. Off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet flaws are among the types of errors that collectors eagerly pursue. We're diving deep into the fascinating history of the Liberty 5-cent coin from the year 1953, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and historians alike. Behind this simple piece of metal lies a rich story of America's post-war economy, cultural transformation, and numismatic evolution. By the end of this detailed journey, you'll understand why the 1953 Liberty 5 cent holds such an important place in coin history. The year 1953 was a remarkable period for the United States. The nation was moving confidently into a new era after the turbulence of World War II and the Korean War. Industry was booming, families were growing, and consumerism was on the rise. Amidst all of this, the United States Mint continued its steady production of the Jefferson nickel, which had replaced the Liberty head design in 1938, although the coin is popularly referred to as a Liberty 5 cent. Its design features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, symbolizing the ideals of liberty, democracy, and leadership. The Jefferson nickel design was created by German-born sculptor Felix Schlag, who won the competition to design the coin in 1938. His winning design depicted a left-facing Jefferson modeled with precision and elegance alongside the word liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, Schlag illustrated Jefferson's Monticello, his iconic Virginia estate. This design became a staple of American coinage and was used continuously for decades with minor modifications. By 1953, the Mint's operations had become highly efficient, producing millions of nickels annually. The Philadelphia and Denver Mints were primarily responsible for striking the 1953 coins. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint used the small letter D on the reverse to indicate its production. No nickels were minted in San Francisco that year, making the Philadelphia and Denver issues the primary varieties. The 1953 Jefferson nickel was composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the standard metallic composition since 1866, except for the wartime years when silver replaced nickel to save the metal for military use. This composition gave the coin its distinct silvery appearance and durability. In the early 1950s, coin collecting was gaining momentum across America. Post-war prosperity allowed many individuals to take up hobbies, and numismatics became a favorite pastime. Collectors began searching their change for older or rare coins, often keeping nickels in particular because of their distinctive design and the potential to find earlier dates in circulation. The Philadelphia Mint struck more than 46 million nickels in 1953, while the Denver Mint produced over 59 million. These large mintages make the coin relatively common in circulated condition today, but high-grade examples with sharp strikes and full steps on Monticello are much scarcer. Full step details. Today, we are going back in time to explore the fascinating history of the Liberty Wheat Penny. 1932. At first glance, this coin may look like just another Lincoln cent, but the year 1932 holds a unique and often overlooked place in American numismatic history. By the end of this video, you'll see why this coin captures the attention of serious collectors and historians alike. The 1932 Liberty Wheat Penny is part of the famous Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent became the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real person, marking a significant shift in American coin design. The obverse of the 1932 penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above his head is the national motto, "In God We Trust." To the left is the word liberty and the date, 1932, appears to the right. The reverse showcases two wheat stalks framing the words "1 cent United States of America" and the motto "E pluribus unum." This wheat design, often referred to as the wheat ears, reverse gave the coin its popular nickname, the wheat penny. The year 1932 was a critical period in American history. The country was deep in the Great Depression, the worst economic crisis in U.S. history. Banks were failing, unemployment was skyrocketing, and millions of Americans were struggling to survive. Every cent mattered to families, and coins like the 1932 wheat penny circulated heavily as people stretched every dollar to its limit. Because of the economic turmoil, the U.S. Mint drastically reduced coin production in 1932. There was simply less demand for coins as economic activity slowed. This makes the 1932 penny a standout year because its mintage numbers were significantly lower compared to other years in the 1920s and early 1930s. The Philadelphia Mint was the only facility that produced the 1932 wheat penny. Unlike many other years, there were no Denver D or San Francisco S mint-marked pennies struck in 1932. This absence of mint marks is an important detail for collectors. Every 1932 penny you find will bear no mint mark, indicating it came from Philadelphia. The total mintage of the 1932 Lincoln wheat penny was approximately 9,062,000 coins. While this number might seem large, it was quite low compared to previous years, when mintages often exceeded tens of millions. This limited production contributes to the coin's collectability today. Collectors love the 1932 penny not only for its lower mintage but also for its historical significance. Coins from the Great Depression era carry a special emotional weight. They are tangible reminders of a time when Americans endured immense hardship, yet the economy and the coinage system continued to function. In circulated condition, many 1932 pennies show heavy wear, a testament to how frequently they changed hands. These coins bought bread, milk. The simplicity of the wheat penny's design combined with its historical background gives it a timeless charm. It reflects a period when American coinage favored classic symbolism and strong national identity. Over the decades, collectors have built entire collections focused on Lincoln wheat pennies, aiming to complete sets from 1909 through 1958. Within such collections, the 1932 issue often stands out as a key date, not as rare as the 1909 SVDB or the 1914D, but still a coin that requires patience and knowledge to find in top condition. The story of the 1932 penny is also about survival. These coins passed through millions of hands, survived economic collapse, and were tucked away in drawers, jars, and albums by those who saw their value beyond their face worth. Auction records show that high-grade examples can sell for impressive amounts. A well-preserved, brilliant, uncirculated 1932 penny graded MS 65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the quality. Proof coins were not struck for circulation in 1932, making regular business strikes the only type available for collectors. This adds to the importance of finding examples in the best condition possible. The 1932 wheat penny also fits into broader collecting themes, such as Great Depression coinage, single mint issues, and low mintage years. Its place in these narratives enhances its desirability among specialized collectors. The cultural legacy of this coin is tied to an era when America was searching for hope and stability. President Hoover was nearing the end of his term, and Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal was on the horizon. These coins circulated as the nation prepared for major political and economic change. Even today, when a 1932 penny is found in an attic or an old coin jar, it often sparks curiosity. Who used it? What did it buy? What stories could it tell if it could speak? These questions make collecting more than just a hobby. It becomes a journey into the past. Collectors who appreciate history often see the 1932 penny as more than a date in a set. It's a symbol of endurance during hard times and a reminder that even the smallest pieces of currency can carry immense historical weight. For beginners, acquiring a 1932 wheat penny is a rewarding step. It introduces them to the importance of mintage numbers, historical context, and coin grading. For experienced collectors, finding the perfect 1932 in high grade is a satisfying challenge. The Liberty wheat penny 1932 is not just a collectible coin. It is a piece of living history. It reflects the economic hardships of its time, the artistry of early 20th century coin design, and the enduring legacy of Lincoln's image on America's most humble denomination. As we look back at this remarkable coin, we can appreciate its beauty, its history, and its significance. It stands as a reminder that every coin has a story, and the story of the 1932 wheat penny is one of resilience. 1940 Liberty wheat penny lying around. This might just be the moment that turns the tables for you. This coin has a hidden story, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why collectors are willing to pay impressive amounts for it. Stick around until the end to learn its current value and how you can sell it the right way. The 1940 Liberty wheat penny belongs to an era that played a crucial role in shaping modern American coinage. Produced by the United States Mint during a time when the nation was emerging from the Great Depression and inching closer to World War II. This coin reflects not just monetary value but historical significance. It was struck in 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the Philadelphia version being the most common since it carries no mint mark. The Denver and San Francisco issues bear a D or S mark beneath the date, making them important variations to identify. Made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the 1940 penny is part of the classic wheat reverse design that ran from 1909 to 1958. The obverse side features the famous bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which was introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse side proudly displays two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, a design that has become iconic among collectors around the world. During 1940, millions of these pennies were struck, but the true value lies in the details. Coins that remain in excellent, uncirculated condition can fetch far more than their face value. Collectors pay special attention to mint marks, strike quality, and errors. Some rare varieties include double die obverse errors, where the